Hey everybody! Welcome to Tea Time!
Cheers!
Cheers! Cheers everybody! It is our 92nd episode and our first live episode of 2015.
It actually feels so exciting.
I know, it is exciting. So we that we sort of stopped doing the live stuff because we started doing interviews with people in the publishing industry. And then a lot of you were like, wait, I miss live tea time. So we're like, we miss it too.
We do.
We're going to bring it back once a month, the last Wednesday of every month. We're going to talk about one book. It's already like a big book club chat.
Yes.
So
you'll want to be reading that book. I mean, we're not going to spoil anything here. We're just going to either make you really excited about it or not. I don't know.
We're just going to basically have a little tea time that's about a book, a particular book. So
one that makes us do the shimmies.
Do the shimmies. I'm just waiting to see if it actually pops up on YouTube because it's been a while since we've done this live. And I just want
talking to people.
Did it? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everything works. Cool. So if you are new, welcome.
Thank you for being new.
We have comments happening on YouTube I never know which side. It's one of these sides.
We're on YouTube.
And then Aubrey has Twitter up. So if you don't have a YouTube account but you still want to participate, you can use #TeaTime. What are you drinking?
I am just drinking a black tea.
Black is your soul.
I know. I didn't even put sugar in it.
Oh my God.
I was just so.
You're a Southerner. Where's that sweet tea?
I was so kerfuffled about the whole thing. I was just like, I needed tea.
So what are you reading this week, Aubrey? What are you guys reading this week? Tell us in the comments.
Tweet at us.
I want to know what to read next.
There are some people already saying that they've ready for Red Queen talk. But I am also in the middle of being a very grown-up person. And I'm taking part in my friend's Dickens month, and I'm trying to read A Tale of Two Cities.
I know I shouldn't make a pouty face at Dickens, but the thought of reading anything that isn't YA,
yeah, I mean, listen,
is the font small?
It's taking me I'm already a slow reader. It's taking me an eternity.
And he probably writes in weird literary terms for things that you're just I know what you're trying to say, but why did you just come out and say it already?
Yeah, I was I think that was a witty response.
Was that a diss? Was that a diss? Did he just throw some shade? Come on, Dickens.
Because he was the popular author of the time.
He was the John Green of the 1800s.
Or the Dan Brown.
Or the Dan Brown.
I don't know. But I'm having a hard time with it. But it's also important because I've literally never read a Dickens novel.
Me neither.
I was supposed to read Great Expectations in high school and I didn't.
Fun fact, I didn't read a single book I was supposed to in high school. I just spark notes everything or watched the movies. I faked my way through English in high school.
Well,
my English teachers, if any of them were watching that, were like, how are you doing this? Fake it till you make it, America. Fake it till you make it.
Read Dickens when you're a grown-up and you actually have no one to ask the definition of words for.
Exactly, and you're not tested on it. So this week I am reading, I just finished it last night for the second time, Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Are you guys ready to talk about Red Queen? We have our crowns on. Fun fact,
the original.
This is the original one that's on the cover, but it's gold. This one's gold. All right, I guess I should probably pull it.
We should show the book. So I also, when the book came out, I just started reading it again because I had to break. I needed a Dickens break.
If you guys haven't held the if you guys haven't held the hardcover in person, it's really
recommend going to the library or bookstore and just feeling it out, and it's going to speak
shinier. And those end papers.
I remember there was a tea time.
There's Victoria. You guys should follow her on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. She's got a YouTube channel.
Her Twitter makes me guffaw when I'm sitting on the couch by myself.
You kerfuffle and guffaw. You are on point with your.
When we take a break, we can actually refresh our minds.
It's true. It's true. So Red Queen, guys, we're gonna jump right into. If you guys notice,
we dressed up.
So our first question is: if you lived in the kingdom of Norda, do you think you would be a red or a silver? Silver.
So
Silver.
If you have not read the book, this is basic and not spoilery. The Kingdom of Norda is split between red bloods and silver bloods. The silvers have power, and the reds are kind of just like us.
And why are they called that? Because they literally have red and silver blood.
Yeah.
It's not a metaphor. It literally is.
She literally is red-blooded.
So the reds, so the reds are like this, you know, they're kind of like the servant class to the silvers because the silvers have powers. So
can I just say,
but they're scrappy and they're badass.
Can I just say this back jacket copy is one of the best ever.
In school, we learned about the world before ours, about the angels and gods that lived in the sky, ruling the earth with kind and loving hands. Some say those are just stories, but I don't believe that. The gods rule us still. They have come down from the stars, and they are no longer kind.
So good. I applaud that.
Would you be a red or a silver?
I would totally be a red.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have anything to offer.
Aubrey, yes you do. You have shimmies.
I have shimmies, but I
and
don't
off-key singing.
Oh, thank you. I don't think that is a superpower. If I had a superpower, I would not wield it appropriately.
Oh, okay. Okay. So even if you had a superpower, the silver class would still just be like,
they'd be like, go sit in the corner with the reds, please.
I think I would be a silver only because of how pale I am.
Oh yeah, they're very pale.
They're extremely pale, and so I'm pretty sure I'm probably just a silver.
They seem like just so magical beings. Like I feel like they're very elven.
I was just gonna say they kind of remind me of the Elvish Kingdom in Lord of the Rings. Lord. Yes, but yes.
I'm visualizing the one guy who's in everything. He was in the Matrix, and he was the
that guy.
Internet.
Yeah.
You know
that guy. That guy.
Yeah.
So that was our first question. So let's see. GreatReadsForTeens.com on YouTube says, I'd be red but would want to be silver. Hello, superpowers.
Yeah.
Jasmine Dubois said, I would want to be red with a mix of silver. Oh my God, you'd be like a red and silver swirl. So what's happening?
I'm reading the Twitter. Somebody's asked hardcore questions that have me thinking.
Yeah.
About life.
Okay.
At Great Reads for Teens says, I love that Red Queen asks tough questions. Like, is it okay to sacrifice a few lives to save 1,000? It does.
Yes. I'm going to say yeah. Sacrifice a few for the greater good.
I mean,
I would say yes.
We won't get in the world of Red Queen in answering that question.
But what's that type of question?
Ooh, big meeting just got out.
Oh, hi people. Yeah, would you guys sacrifice a few to save 1,000? I think I would.
I feel like I would hope that I would, but it depends on who the
I'd start with my sisters. Just kidding. Love you guys. Kisses.
That's what stood out to so why I love YA is it a lot of times helps me digest big social issues and questions that I have a hard time processing.
Everyone is being so loud.
I'm talking about important themes.
We are being serious. This is serious. Okay, we're gonna move on to question 2.
Yeah.
If you were a silver, what power would you want, and which power would you most be afraid of? Okay. I have a breakdown of the powers.
Yes.
Okay. Strong arms have superhuman strength. Magnetrons can control metal. Whispers read minds and thoughts and can control you. That's what the queen is.
Mm-hmm.
Burners can control fire. They cannot create fire. Remember? You guys remember this part in the book where no one can create their power.
Yeah, they have to use.
For Mare, which is awesome, which is why her power is so awesome. So burners can control fire. Nymphs control water. Telkies have telekinesis, which would be awesome. Greenies can control plants. We don't really see them that much in the book. Stone skins can turn into stone, and singers can control your mind, but only if I have your attention with my voice.
Yes.
So that's what Julian has, her advisor guy. He's a singer. So which power do you think you would most I was going to say which power do you think you would most likely have, but let's just say which power do you want to have, and which power do you think is the strongest? Because you don't always necessarily
tweet
want
us
the
your
strongest
answers
one.
while we think about it. This is just delaying me having to
So
answer it.
Did they ever come up with a name? I can't remember if they came up with a name for her power. Just lightning girl, little lightning girl.
Because they're just so taken back.
I think Mare's power is pretty awesome, but I would want to control metal. I would be a magnetron.
You're the villain.
I'm not the villain. I just want to be a magnetron because I watch a lot of Korra and Avatar, and they're able to like do really cool things with it in a way that I wouldn't expect.
Can I just say that I loves me a good villain, and there are so many good ones.
There's like layers of villains in this.
Oh, it's so good.
Which power?
Victoria, when it's done sweetly, it's done great.
Which power would you want to have?
Water. I just find water I love water.
Yeah.
So I just want to be like, I'm the water goddess lady.
Oh my gosh. That's really, you could be like Aqua Woman.
Yeah. And it would just,
you would just like hula hoop.
I would just hula hoop the water. This is how I would. I'd be like, hey, water.
I love it. I love it.
The most powerful?
The most powerful, okay.
Mind control.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I also want to throw out there the stone skin. Now, I know it gets overlooked a lot, but think about it. If you can turn into stone, literally, there's nothing that can harm you.
It was really useful when PETA made himself look like the stone.
Right? And I know that when Mare is battling or she's like training in the arena and one of the girls is a stone skin and then Mare somehow manages to crack her stone skin, I'm sorry, that girl must have just been weak sauce because if I was a stone skin, I would say stone forever. But I just feel like stone skin would be great because then it's like if your parents coming to you and you're like, oh my God, they're going to yell at me for doing my homework. Stone skin. Stone skin. I'm a stone now. You can't do nothing about
it. It's basically like, I just don't want to be involved in this world.
Right, but you could go in battle. You could
That's true.
They could send you to the front lines. And then you're like, oh God, there's a missile. It's coming right at me. Oh no, what should I do? Stone skin.
I'll go with you.
Stone skin, bro. It's all about that stone skin.
I'll change my answer because the Whisperer, if they can't find you, they can't control your thumb.
It's true. And Whispers and like, you know, they always say when they're having the ball with the queen, if there's too many minds, you know, she's out of power. So
but what if you're somewhere and there are no stones? Like at a ball.
That's a good question. How does she
just be like, I think this ball should be
there's earth everywhere. You just make stone out of
You just be like, Victoria, this ball should be stone themed.
Yeah, Victoria, how does the stone skin work? Does there have to be stone to be present? I know that no other character can like create things. So whatever,
just give us more stone skin.
And I want to know really what the big difference between the singer, like what Julian is and what the queen is. She's a whisperer, like the singer and the whisperer. I've always wanted to know, like, because they're kind of the same, but kind of different.
Oh, these are cool. It's not on our list, but I remember this. Julia said, I'd be a healer if I was a silver. There are those healing powers.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. But you can't heal yourself. So if you're selfish like me, then don't go for that one.
Yeah.
Because like I don't care about you. I'm not gonna heal you unless you can give me money for it. Then
what else do we have here?
Okay. Wait. There was a good there. Where was it?
Questions.
I know. We had a good question. Where
Whispers. Oh, and yeah, people are agreeing with me that there are so many great villains. And thank you, Victoria, for tweeting. We were talking about Hugo Weaving earlier.
Hugo Weaving! Thank you! That's what, yeah, there we go. Hugo Weaving. Okay.
Hit us with the question.
I lost my place. Okay. Would you join, so the Scarlet Guard, let's talk about the Scarlet Guard for a little bit. And the idea of rebellions. So, would you join a rebellion right away, like if you were in the position to help them?
Because in all, like, there's a lot of rebellion, like revolt talk in these.
Right. So basically, the Scarlet Guard's like, "Yo, Mare, like, you're on the inside now. Like, help us with our cause." Would you
join the rebellion?
Would you join the rebellion, or would you just be like, "I'm gonna wait and see"? Because that's kind of what Mare does. She's just like, "Let me, like, I'm not against you, but I'm not like, you know." Like, I'm with you, but like...
But I don't know if your intentions are...
Right, but, you know, like, I'm with you and I support you, but, like, let's let other people handle the business. So what would you do? Would you join the rebellion, or would you...
I don't know. Again, I think that, like, the best form of myself would be like, yes, equality for all!
All for one and one for all.
But then there are I mean, again, it goes back to them, like, what I love so much about Red Queen, like, it helps me think about huge issues, even in today's world, that I have a hard time placing myself in, and it kind of is a little escapism, but it also let's answer these kind of big questions and think about them in not such a dire way.
Yeah.
But I think I would, in my book version of myself, would join it right away. You?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm on that same page. I'm moving on to the next question. I completely agree with you. No points needed.
No.
Okay. How would you describe the genre of Red Queen? Because is it fantasy? Is it dystopian? Is it romance? Is it a combination? We were talking about this earlier. It is, in my mind, according to me, myself and I, fantasy set in a dystopian world.
Yes.
It is fantasy.
Yes. And you blew my mind.
Not high fantasy. It's not medieval fantasy. Because there's like, you know, they've got bombs and they've got, you know, television and, you know, they've got cameras and things like that. So it's not high fantasy. It's not medieval fantasy. Nope. It's definitely just straight up dystopian fantasy.
With like a royal court system.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, when you're talking about, like, who would you compare it to? Like,
what books would you compare it to? If you were going to recommend Red Queen.
If you liked The World and Shatter Me.
Yeah. Similar world.
Yeah. The writing style is very different, but it has, like, that similar world. If those are things that you, like, latched onto. I love both of these.
But this Red Queen is more like Queen of the Tierling in terms of just the court systems and, like, you know, the power plays and things like that.
Yeah. Which is so fascinating.
And so my last question for everybody is, what part of the book stuck with you the most? Now that you're finished reading it, what is the moment when you think back to Red Queen? What is the first moment or scene or quote that sticks out in your mind?
I'm not going to talk about it at length because no spoilers.
No spoilers.
But OMG, there's a giant OMG.
That OMG, yeah, okay. You guys know what we're talking about. We don't want to spoil it. I mean, you guys got comments going, so like go for it, but like we will get crucified if we spoil it.
I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but if I was just like, what?
I know, that would be awesome.
You got me.
For me, it is the descriptions of Mare's power, like in action. When I think Victoria, the way that she describes it is these purple, you know how like when there's a flame that's so hot, it's almost purple and white. So like these sparks that are coming and they start with her hands and these sparks that are kind of going up. And to me, I just visualize sparklers, like those kinds of sparks. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do a photo of. That's what I'm going to do a photo for. Unfortunately, sparklers are illegal in New York, so I'm going to have to go home to Ohio to take this photo. But yeah, I'm going to do a photo for it.
I think I have illegal contraband in New York then.
Do you?
I think so. Because we did sparklers in North Carolina and we drove. So just put them in my bag.
So those are all the questions that we have. We're sorry that this is such a short tea time today. We just wanted to just come back and say hi and, you know, be live again.
We miss the live ones just as much as you do, but we want to make sure we are making stuff for everyone. We want to like branch out a little, you know? So again, like we said earlier, one live tea time the last Wednesday of every month at 4:30 here on YouTube. We're going to continue interviewing other people in the industry. In fact, next week's tea time that we're going to post, it'll be recorded, not live. We have Brooks Sherman on, who is a literary agent, and he's going to tell us all about how to get an agent, everything you need to know about your query letters and all of that good fun stuff. I learned a lot. I would know nothing.
I like literally did not know anything about this subject, so it was very cool. So
tune in if you ever want to get an agent ever.
So that'll be posted next Wednesday. But next month, next Wednesday, March 25th, I'm looking. Is somebody tell me
whatever the last Wednesday in March.
March 25th at 4:30 here on YouTube.
That's my husband's birthday.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Colin.
Early.
So next March, a month from today, we're going to be discussing Dorothy Must Die because like the Tuesday following, the sequel, The Wicked Will Rise, is out. So,
and I don't feel like we've had enough time to get real.
Yeah,
and you've had plenty of time to read it. And if you haven't read it, you have a month. So we're going to get
a month
down on it
to read it because we are going to, you know, talk about it. And you guys have all those comments happening. So, you know, that's going to be going on. So we will see you guys live in a month from now. But we'll be posting videos all the time. Yeah. Oh, speaking of, tomorrow's video that we're posting on our channel is a new DIYA
with Elizabeth.
With Elizabeth. It's how to make the crown from Red Queen. How to make your own.
Everyone can be fortunate.
Isn't that cool?
It's fun.
It's really cool. So that video is going up tomorrow. So we'll see you guys. Bye, Crumpets. We love you.
Bye.
Happy
Cheers.
reading. Book shimmy.
Oh, look, I got a Dorothy cup.
Oh, that's so cute. You have to use that next month. Okay, bye. Bye. Okay, bye.